Before starting this video, let me just say a huge thank you to Wilson and the two other hikers who were with me when night fell, before we were outside of the forests and my legs were frozen. I couldn't walk. So if it wasn't for them, I think I would still be, inside the park, probably living with gorillas or something. But I just wanted to say thank you first. And in this video, I am going to talk about what you need before hiking the Virunga volcanic mountains in Rwanda. And I am going to talk about my experience, not just talk, but show you my experience as I was hiking Mount GAHINGA, which is one of the 5 volcanoes in the Virunga volcanic chain. Mount GAHINGA is one of the Virunga volcanoes, but it is a dormant volcano with its last eruption being unknown, and yet it is also estimated to be the smallest of the Virunga mountains. But does that mean it is the shortest or the easiest? No. It was way difficult for me. If anybody has hiked it in the past, please let me know your experience in the comment section. But it almost made me rest in peace. And this mountain, GAHINGA, is situated on the border of Rwanda and Uganda. It was just so difficult for me. But before I talk about my experience, let me just say what you need before hiking, because this is a national park. You first need to do your registration on RDB, which is the Rwanda Development Board site. I've put the link for registration and park entry fees payment in the description box, but it's pretty straightforward. You can use mobile money or your credit or debit card to pay. And the second thing, you have to show up on time at the RDB office in Kinigi to get your briefing before the hike and meet the rest of the crew. And this includes the other hikers who've booked the same hike on the same day, your guide, probably your porters as well. So you need to be there by 7 a.m. To get the briefing. And then you need the proper attire. From experience, you should not go in your jeans and just a jumper. This is a goddamn rainforest. So there is a reason why it's called the rainforest. It rains literally every day or every other day. And you really need to make sure that you have some waterproof coats and pants and great hiking shoes, your gaiters, and if you're like me, a good phone that takes amazing pictures. But it's really important to go prepared and to show up on time. Number 4, you need to book the right transport. For us, I think we were at a disadvantage, 1, because it was raining, and 2, because we had a car that dropped us midway. From the RDB office to the hiking starting point, there is a journey that you have to drive. So if you don't have the right car, if you don't have a 4x4 car, that means you might have to walk part of that journey, which is what happened to us. So we technically walked for about 2.5 hours in the community before we actually got to the starting point, and it was raining. We were already drenched even before we started the hike. So that was, the part where I said we were at a disadvantage. And it was a very, very hard hike because of the rain, because of how tired we were at the beginning. And it ended up becoming a very long one. But yeah, I'll get to that in a minute. So now, for this part of the vlog, I'm going to show you how specifically our GAHINGA hike went. So this is us on the way to RDB. We were on time. We were so happy, but it was raining the whole time. The roads were foggy even when we left Kigali. But, nothing could break our spirit. Nothing could break us. And we were, we had a very good team of amazing first-time hikers and people who already knew, abasaza mugakino, people who, it's not their first rodeo. So it was really dark when we got to the office, but we met the other part of the crew. Our team was mainly Rwandans, but there were so many Muzungu, so many foreign tourists and other people from other countries who were there for the hike, and we got our free coffee. So the good thing about this, we don't have to pay for this. So it's already covered in our permit, I guess. Or RDB is kind. They are, kind of spoiling us. So after taking the coffee, we went back to the car and started driving to the hiking starting point. But it was raining. It was raining, cats and dogs. And, the driver said, ayanya shizemo. So we had to get out of the car in the rain, and we started walking. Then we got to the starting point where we met, other porters and the military crew that, accompanied us on the hike to keep us safe from the animals. And we had the most amazing conversation. Aimable, kudos to you for organizing this trip so brilliantly. There you can see Divine. She's a hiker. She's a goddess, and you can see, look at that, that's Sylvie. She was amazing as well. We were eating ibisheche and we started hiking in the bamboo. So it's two parts. There was one part that's like a very dense rainforest, and the other that's bamboo. So we started with the bamboo, which is like half of the hike. It was so slippery, it was muddy as hell, but it was fun. I didn't fall, even once. It's usually not advised to talk because it really drains your energy, and you want to keep it as you hike. But me, I love talking, and I always have stories. And when we were going, we start as a big team, but there are people who are very fast and others who are slow. So I started off with people who are fast, then I got in the middle until I was the last one in the forest because I stepped in a river. I do not advise this. Do not try this at home. Do not try this on your hike. The biggest mistake that I did on this hike is that I stepped in the river, and this is a volcanic river in a rainforest that's freezing. So the water got in my shoes, in my gaiters, in my socks, and it froze my legs, and I was really numb on the way down that I couldn't actually walk, and I was paralyzed, sort of. I literally couldn't walk until the other hikers who were with me were like holding my hand, carrying me on their back. That was a very hard moment, but we made it out in one piece, which is the main part. But it was not easy. It was not easy, but it was fun. It was fun. This volcano is the shortest in terms of meters above sea level, but the journey that you have to walk is actually not the shortest. So I got to the hiking starting point around sunset, but remember we still had around 2.5 hours of walking in the community. So it's a mini hike itself. So I tried and removed the water and from the shoes, and look at that cow. It's a shy one. I had to make sure that my shoes were ready for the other part of the journey that was remaining. My porter, Sylvain, was really, really helpful, and he made sure that my gaiters are not as muddy, and I removed the shoes and did what I had to do. That was before my legs became numb. But when I was ready, there are 3 other hikers with me, and we made the journey downhill together until it was really, really dark. My hands, they were so dirty from the mud in my shoes, so I had to I had to wash my hands first. And lesson learned, I need to trim my nails before the next hike. But it was a really good one before things went south. It's It was a beautiful, look at that beautiful sunset. This was like the last beautiful moment before things went downhill. Unfortunately, I was not able to take pictures when my legs were numb because I was literally fighting for dear life trying to get to the bus. But yeah, it was really nice. I hurt my knee, but I got home in one piece. This was a good challenge and I would totally recommend it. For the next 4 minutes, I'm going to give you a sneak peek into some raw footage to really give you an idea of how things were, so you can get a genuine, candid picture of the hike.
Hindura inzira mare komeza imbere aho hano hari itono rya kare tuvumbira hano bitari ifere reka nguyu numero ye kugira ngo utabona iyawe nguyu niwe uhita umubitinga abona iyawe arahita guhamagara guha iminota
uza kundeka nkanyureho ngere kure yandi migano ibigaragara.
Go.
1, 2, 3. Ariko ubu ntabwo turi gutinda.
Hey, yes, my husband.
Congratulations and celebration. Na 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 na. Ese ananyuze niho?
Yagenze nyine bukuru kuru. Winjiye se. Natwe nyine turi kureba riziyeri tugeze.
Why am I here? Anyway, I think we ran out of time, and from the guides we were maybe 20 minutes from the peak. And yeah, because we can't keep pushing unless we want to spend the night here in the forest, so we have to go back. So I would say I was 0.8. I was like maybe 90% there, and the view was amazing. Literally like hammered by this forest, but it was all worth it. It's now a bit sunny and it was a bit foggy, but I'm reconsidering this whole thing of the 5 peaks in 5 months challenge because it's so hard. I literally saw Muhabura and it's just terrifying, like the name in Kinyarwanda, Guhabura. It's just insane. Yeah, so time to go back. But yeah, we were almost there. I would give myself a 9/10.
Hello channel. Welcome to my people.
Remember to subtract.
Characteristics. Characteristics.
Hello channel. Hello channel. Welcome to my people.
We have a video here.
Please subscribe on the YouTube channel.
As they say, remember to
I
subtract.
am Gen Z.